Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. I'm your host, Hailey Rowe, and I help you get clients consistently, market your standout offers, build your business foundations like your messaging, your niche, your offer, and I help you build a sustainable, profitable coaching business that works with your schedule. And I'm so excited to dive into the show. Here we go. Guess what? I'm so excited to announce that my free private training sharing how to book paying clients consistently without posting more or needing a big audience is now live for an encore. You can check it out at haileyrowe.com/training. You get to learn more about the inner circle. You get to learn the behind the scenes of what I share with my clients and learn how you can get your next clients without needing to obsess with stressful launches, annoying tech, all that kind of stuff. So check it out and can't wait to hear how it goes for you.
Today I want to talk with you about your blocks from going on video and what you can do about it, because short form video, as you know, is definitely here to stay in the marketing world. And it's probably something you've thought about doing. You've probably thought about doing reels or going live. But when you think about that, it's probably true that what comes up for you is, I don't want to do that today, or maybe tomorrow, or I don't know if I look good enough today, or I don't know if I have the right message to say and something today, or who would want to listen to me today. And if that's true for you, I want you to go ahead and comment below any blocks you have when it comes to going on video, because I'll do more videos to help you start going on video. And what I want to share with you is that today I was doing a guest conference talk for a group of aromatherapists. It was for the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapists. And it was amazing because it reminded me, number one, what facing my fear of going on video has led me to. Because a couple years ago, if you would have asked me if I would have felt comfortable speaking for over 50 colleagues and doing a guest training, I would have been like, no way. I would be freaking out. And to be honest with you, today I rolled into my video. I had already given my talk many times, so I knew exactly what I was talking about. I wasn't nervous, and it was a full circle moment where I got to see, like, remember when I used to get hives and break out when I would go live, or immediately want to delete it, or immediately want to start over when I fumbled one word. And the truth is, I was able to do my presentation and able to help many people as a result of facing my fear of going on video a couple of years ago. So just know that if you've been putting off going on video or sharing your message, it's not just you that's having negative consequences. It's the people you could possibly be impacting who aren't getting to hear your message. And so it's important to remind yourself that if you're nervous to go on video, you probably are in your own head too much, and you got to think about who needs to hear your message, think about what they need to hear, think about showing up for them, thinking about bringing your compassion and bringing your impact out there. And that's the first reminder I want to give you. But anyways, during this talk, and where I was going to go with this is that somebody said, I have blocks to going on video. Can you help? And I coached her a little bit on this live call. And I asked her, what is your biggest fear? Why don't you want to go on video? And she was saying, I feel like I'm a little bit older. I'm in my 70s. I am, in the wellness world where there's a lot of pressure to look young and, look a certain way. And we talked about it, and I thought I had told her that actually what's interesting to me hearing this is that if I saw a 70-year-old going live and doing her thing and sharing her products and spreading her, health message, I would be like, dang, that's inspiring. I want to be like that when I'm in my 70s, still going live, still rolling with my passion. And I was like, I actually see that as a huge strength. And sometimes we think our weaknesses are things we should hide and things that make us not worthy, quote unquote, of going live or going on video. But I want you to actually turn that around, and I want you to see it as, what if that's my strength? So for me personally, I'm not perfect on video. You've heard me fumble my words many times. You've probably heard me use filler words like, you've probably seen me drop the camera before when I'm on video. And I personally have actually heard people say, you are super real, you're super direct. I like that. And I like that you're, don't wait till it's perfect, because it gives me the confidence to go try something without being in analysis paralysis forever and being a perfectionist about it. And I've had like at least 2 people say that to me. So if you have a weakness or something you perceive as a weakness, ask yourself, actually, could this be what my ideal clients need to actually see? And you don't need to draw attention to your weaknesses or flaws, but you can start to reframe how you see it and reframe how you're telling the story. And that is what I work on with my clients a lot of the time, is when they have mindset blocks in their business and they're not doing the things they know they need to be doing. We figure out, what do we need to reframe about your story or your mindset, or what kind of blocks are coming up for you that are keeping you from doing the action. Because we all know we got to go on video. We all know that, you got to be showing up if you want to be known as a brand. And if you're not doing it, it's usually because there's something coming up for you as well. Insert excuse or insert limitation or insert mindset block. So we have to get focused on and aware of what that is for you and work through it. So the first thing is, as I said, turn your weaknesses into strengths by reframing it, retelling the story. And you don't have to flip completely to, oh my gosh, I'm amazing and my age is my super strength, for example, for that lady. But what you can shift to is something that bridges you in the right direction and allows you to not see it as such a limitation anymore. The second thing is, you have to ask yourself, if you're afraid to go on video, what is it that you think about yourself? What is your opinion of yourself? Because the other thing that my person who I was coaching was saying is that, I'm afraid people are going to judge me. I'm afraid people aren't going to like the content. And what I said was, well, what's your opinion of your content? What's your opinion of your business? What's your opinion of your looks? What's your opinion of yourself? And if you have fear that somebody else is going to judge you, chances are you have some judgments about yourself, because if you didn't, you wouldn't worry about what other people think. Because, for example, if I know my hair is brownish brown, okay, if somebody commented on my video, your hair is blue, I wouldn't take that personally. I wouldn't argue with it. I would just be like, no, it's brown, and I would move on with my day. And I wouldn't internalize that at all, right? But if you told me, hey, let's say I was self-conscious about my hair and you told me it was blue, and I was like, oh no, they noticed. They know my hair is blue. I know I shouldn't have gone live, etc. Well, suddenly, it's just proving something I think about myself. So chances are, if you're afraid of a certain judgment by your audience, you're having that judgment about yourself, or there's some insecurity there about it, potentially, okay? And so we want to ask yourself instead, what's your opinion of yourself? And if it's not good, if it's like, well, if you're thinking, well, who am I to give advice? Well, we need to answer that question, and we need to start reframing that for you so that you can start to do the things you know you need to do in your business. So answer that question. Who am I to give advice? Well, I've done this, this, and this. I've helped these people. I know these things. I could talk about these topics. My message is allowed to evolve, etc. And just list what it is that's going to help you do the action. The other thing is, you got to start changing your opinion of yourself by demonstrating new actions, and by, as we said, asking yourself questions that will help you reframe the belief. So some questions you can ask yourself is, what else is true? So if you have a limiting belief, ask yourself, well, what else might be true about this? And how can I make this easier on myself? And what am I no longer going to tolerate saying to myself if I'm going to improve? And is there any upside to this belief? And what would I want to believe instead? And what's one step that gets me closer to that, etc. Questions like that move you in the right direction. Now, the next thing I want you to think about is, if you are focused on what other people think of you, I want to remind you that nobody is thinking about you as much as you're thinking about you. So every single person watching your video is very self-focused. They're coming on your video to get an answer to something they're wondering, to get free coaching, to pick your brain. They're not thinking about you and your hair and how bad you look or how bad you sound or who are you to give advice. They're just like, can you help me? Can you solve my problem? Can I think about myself? And also just in general, if you feel repetitive on video or you feel like you're worried that people are going to think you're saying the same thing over and over again, everybody's super busy. They don't retain a lot of the information that's free on the internet. They need to hear your message over and over again, and they're not even paying that much attention to you as much as you think. Now, the last thing I will tell you is I'm going to share with you how I got over my fear when it comes to singing live and how it applies to your business. So when I sang in a wedding band pretty much every weekend, especially while I was building up this business, it was one of my side hustles. And I would get a little nervous when I was performing. And one thing that shifted me out of it and snapped me out of it was thinking about, I'm getting paid to come to this place and perform and be good and be engaging with the crowd and be thinking about the audience and be putting on a good show for the audience. So when I'm focused in my head about how I look, how I sound, me, I'm not focused on the audience, and I'm doing a disservice. And I'm getting paid for the job of thinking about the audience and performing for the audience. So what got me out of that nervous cycle was thinking about, I am being selfish if I'm nervous and in my own head. But when I focus on the audience and when I focus on having a good time and when I focused on like actually performing and doing what I am paid to be doing, it got me more focused on the mission and like why I was there and what I was supposed, how I wanted to make an impact compared to myself. So if you're getting nervous on video, focus on what's the impact I want to make and make sure your mission is greater than your self-doubt, and get focused on the audience and get focused on serving and get focused on talking directly to them, and get out of your own head and out of your own self, absorptionness of me, I look bad, I sound bad, etc. And that should hopefully really help you get over some of those nerves. So if you're watching a replay to this and you want more help when it comes to actually doing the things you know you need to be doing in your business, or doing the things that you say you're going to do, I want to first invite you to do a small challenge for yourself. So set one small challenge. So maybe you're not going to go live your first time on video, but maybe you're going to pre-record a video on your phone and then post it. And you can delete it within 24 hours if you really hate it. Or give yourself permission to do a live and delete it if it doesn't go well. But set a small bar for yourself. Realize after and as you do it, you didn't die. You can do it again, and the belief will get stronger and stronger that you're capable and that you can be confident on camera. And if you want to apply the things, like I said, that you know you need to be doing, but you're still not doing it, and you keep going through this cycle, or you keep watching more and more free information and getting more and more great ideas, but then you're not following through because either there's mindset blocks or strategic blocks, that is what I want to help you with. That is what I'm here for. So if you go to HaileyRowe.com and you book your free strategy consult, you can learn how we can work together. You can learn about my main program, which is the Inner Circle. And I also have private coaching and other options as well. But I want to be able to help you overcome your business, time, and mindset barriers so that you can be able to serve clients. You can make this a profitable, sustainable business, and you're not just kind of hoping it all works out or saying you're going to do all these things and then not following through, because that is devastating when you have a passion and you have an impact you want to make, but time goes by and you're not making it because of what's going on in between your ears, in your head. So I'll talk to you guys soon. I'm going to be going live in here more often in this Health Coach Nation Facebook group. So if you want to invite friends who are coaches to this group, sounds good, do it. I'm going to hopefully be doing some giveaways. I'm going to be setting a time where I'll go live every week. So that is to be announced, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Hey, thanks so much for listening to this podcast. And if it's really helpful for you, I'd really appreciate if you share it and or leave a written podcast review. This tells the podcast sites that our show is useful and it will be promoted to more people that way. Thanks again.